Hi everybody, welcome back to E17 Fan Zone. It's been a while since my first video, so first of all, thanks for all of the interactions I had on the last videos. Some really interesting debates going on. We even had Brian Harvey's partner, Nikki, had posted. Yeah, I mean, there's been some great interactions, great discussions. I want to keep these going, but as I said, I've had a lot of people kind of dissing me for doing this, but it is something, as I've said, that is a massive interest to me, and I don't think there's any harm in that. So I'm going to just keep the interactions going. To address the Brian Harvey stuff very quickly, again, it's not a trolling account. I've got my opinions on a lot of the Brian stuff. I think he's got fights that are certainly worth fighting, and the main thing is, I don't think he should be living in the situation he is. We've seen all of his videos about the housing situation and the living the way he is. Personally speaking, I don't think he needs to be doing that. I think there's a way out for him. But yeah, I mean, I've covered that before, and it's not something I want to keep going on about. But to address Nicky's comments, should mention to me about the amount of kind of comments that I've left on the trolling comments. I will be honest, Nicky, I didn't see a lot of those until you'd mentioned it. I've tried to remove a lot of the stuff that are just plain, kind of hurtful comments. I won't mention them. I won't give them the time of day. Opinions on stuff, yeah, I'll leave them in. As I've said, I've got my own opinions on stuff, and that's just my opinion. But hurtful stuff, yeah, I will try and remove as much of them as I can if they come in. I will be honest, I don't have a lot of time and to sit and go through them, but as I see them, I will certainly remove them. It's not a channel I want to kind of, listen, it's a channel I want to kind of celebrate the band. And yeah, there's no need for those type of comments. So yeah, just to address that. Yeah, so just another I'll try and keep this one brief today. I just wanted to go into the current lineup of E17. I've mentioned before, is the legacy of E17 being ruined by Brian Harvey? I believe, as I've said before, I don't think he's certainly helping that, but today's episode or discussion, I really want to kind of discuss the current lineup of E17. Do you think that should continue, or do you think the longer that goes on, the more it kind of destroys it further? My view kind of is, I can see why Terry's doing it. And to be fair to him, I think the level of gigs that the current lineup are getting are a lot better than what John, Brian and Terry seem to be getting in the back end of their career of that lineup when they were playing Butlin's events. I'll go into that kind of era another time, but I do feel that really did affect the legacy. I know it came across that Tony had kind of, as mentioned on his Twitter before, he wasn't happy with that, and no, I don't think that was a great look for the band, considering the career they had. But yeah, what do you guys think? What do you think about the current lineup? It's Robbie Craig, Jake Livermore and Terry Caldwell. My views are I think Robbie Craig, he's a great singer. Personally speaking, I don't like the fact that he sings the songs really different. I think it's good when singers come into bands and sing things their own way and put their own stamp on it. I think that's a good thing. But Robbie Craig is kind of singing those songs that we, as fans, we all love very differently. House of Love, Thunder, It's Alright. I've heard versions of those songs where, it's too different. And yeah, I mean, personally speaking, I don't like the lineup. I think it's not right for me. It's not E17 without Brian and Tony in the band, 100%. And I've always said that, and as I've said, I've had people criticising me for calling Brian out. I don't think it's E17 without Tony and Brian. I think you could have E17 without Terry and John, although I think, you know, I've said again before, their contributions go unnoticed sometimes. I think, in my opinion, that I'd always prefer to see the four together, but it's certainly not E17 as we know it without Brian or Tony. So what do you guys think? What do you think that the current lineup, they're going to do it anyway, aren't they? I mean, they're not going to take on what we're saying, but I was just curious to know what you thought, whether you thought that that lineup is damaging E17's legacy, if they even have a legacy now, or whether that it's good that it's keeping their name out there. Yeah, just to end this once again, I think it's not great. I think it's damaged it beyond repair, really. They seem to kind of survive on the stay another day thing. Every Christmas they come out, you know, you'll see them turning on Christmas lights, dressed in the white coats and stuff like that, and yeah, it's almost turned into a bit of a piss take, basically, hasn't it? But let me know what you think, and is there any other topics you want me to cover, E17 wise? I will go into the kind of Brian and Terry and John line up a little bit more at some point, and also the Blair, the period when it was Tony, John, Terry and Blair, which I think, to be fair, had a lot of potential. I just think they maybe went down the wrong route. Let me know what you think. As a result of that, let's say who do you think the better singer for E17 is after Brian? Brian's obviously the best singer, but what do you think in terms of Blair and Robbie Craig? Who do you think was the better singer for E17? I mean, clearly for me, Robbie Craig is the better singer, but I don't think he's necessarily is the right. I think, and I think that maybe Blair was better suited for that. Anyway, cheers everybody, and I'd like to know what you thought.